Hi, it's Caitlin, and it's always a good day when I get to share a new nail polish brand with you. Today I have swatches of a new brand called Cracked Nail Polish, and you might know Monique from Instagram. I will link her Instagram down in the description. I was so excited when she reached out to me to say, I've launched a brand and I want you to swatch it. Of course, I said yes, and I just love what she's created. The Cracked Polish website is now officially open and you can order these polishes at any time. I will link the Cracked Polish website down in the description as well as their social media for you to follow. The first collection from Cracked Polish is called Our Favorite Things, and it's just a really cute smattering of kind of random things that I guess Monique loves, and I just think we should get into the swatches. The Cracked Polish nail polishes come in these very classy little black bottles. The bottles are 15 mils and the Cracked logo is just embossed on the bottom, which is very cool. And all of the handles for the brushes have kind of unique cracked effect to them, which I personally think is so cool. Let's start off with Donut Spunk, which I love donuts. I don't know what spunk is. I don't know. I think I do know what it is, but I don't know if that's what it's meant in the context of this polish, but it's kind of hilarious. And this one is described as a glimmering oyster pearl white with a dusting of taupe, and it is Cracked Polish's take on the glazed donut Hailey Bieber nail trend that has been going around the internet. And this polish is absolutely beautiful. It has a really good formula. As you can see, it's very easy to work with and it levels out beautifully on its own. So I was going to leave it in 2 coats, but I know sometimes people want to see how things look when they're built up a little bit more. So I personally would leave it in 2 because you could kind of see a little bit of my free edge, which I thought was kind of cute and French manicure-y. But when you build it up in 3 coats, it's pretty much opaque in regular lighting. And it does dry down a tiny bit dull, so I definitely recommend glossy top coat to just smooth everything out. And I mean, it doesn't really need smoothing, it just needs glossification. So I really, really like this one. I think it has a fantastic formula, and for such a light polish, it's pearly without being like old lady pearlescent in a bad way. And this is just really modern and fresh and pretty. So here it is in 3 coats plus top coat. And honestly, I thought I caught like a bit of a blue flash at certain angles. It's very, very subtle, but it is there. And you might catch it depending on the lighting you find yourself in. But overall, I think this is a really elegant polish and a very strong start for my first impressions of the brand. Moving along, we have Hairy Squat Lobster, which I need to Google what that looks like because it sounds so cute. So this one is described as a rose orchid with a subtle red to golden glow. And I do apologize if you can hear guitar being played in the background. It's my dad doing a really bad job. So this one, I would recommend building it up, definitely. But once again, it has a fantastic formula. I really like the shade of pink on my skin tone. I think it is really elegant, really pretty, and I have a hard time finding the right shades of pink, so I was very happy to find this one in the collection. And of course, that shimmer in there is really nice. It's not overdone. The base color is not obscured in any way, and it's just a very pleasant experience applying this one to my nails. So this one, as you can see, does dry down kind of dull, so you definitely want top coat. But again, in 3 coats, this has perfect coverage. It self-levels completely, and it was just a pleasure to apply. And now there's some war TV show, I think, playing, which you can also hear. So I apologize for that as well. This is it in the 3 coats plus top coat. You can definitely see that golden glow. It is very subtle, but that's how it's intended to be. I think it just adds an overall pretty glow to the polish. It's again not distracting from the base color. It just adds a little something extra, which I very much appreciate. And here we have another pink, which I was not mad about because I love pink polishes. This one's called Kissing Cupcakes, and it is a cross between bubblegum and hot pink with a slight purple glow and micro pink and silver shimmers. So this one has a really nice formula to it, and at first I was like, oh no, is this going to be kind of pearly in a bad way? But it's not. It's pearly in a great way. And as you can see, Monique did an incredible job with the formulation of these polishes because they self-level beautifully, and any brush strokes you saw when I'm applying my nail polish now even out on their own and disappear. So very impressed with this one, and I like the glow to it, as you're going to see in a second. It's again described as slight, so it's not super in your face, but honestly, I'm getting like a really high-end vibe from this collection, and I'm very impressed with Cracked Polish. I think their packaging is on point. The boxes are really elegant. I'm very impressed for a more indie brand coming out of the gate with this kind of polished, pardon the pun, feel to it. I could honestly see this in a store like Urban Outfitters, and hopefully Monique can sell her polishes there one day if she wants. Here we have PB and Blue Jay, which is an adorable name. This one is described as an icy blue gray with a subtle blue and silver shimmer. Again, fantastic formula. These are kind of unique colors in a really subtle way. I think that this collection is sort of like sophisticated in a very understated way, which I respect and appreciate, because sometimes I don't want 500 things in my polish, so I like the option of these ones that are very wearable, very well formulated, and I could just grab them when I want something different from like a neon pink that I often gravitate towards. So here you can see, again, applies beautifully. This one could potentially be a 2-coater if you go in with thicker coats, but I didn't, at least on my index nail, so I had to add another coat, but 2 to 3 coater for sure. And again, it dries down a bit satiny, so I recommend a glossy top coat. I'm using my favorite Cuticula Limitless top coat. It's quick drying, doesn't smudge anything, doesn't cause shrinkage. It's the best, and it works beautifully with these polishes. So here it is in 2/3 coats plus top coat. I have nothing like this blue in my collection. It is a blue gray, and I'm just really in love with this color. It looks kind of purpley in some lighting. I guess it's also a bit of a tribute to blue jays, which are really pretty birds, and this is a very pretty polish. Moving along, we have Amethyst Dart Frog, and this one is a sheer but buildable lilac packed with shimmering blues and purples. So this one is right up my alley. You can probably already tell that I love this one. I love that it is on the sheer side, but also buildable as it's described. And this has really pretty shifts to it. It's definitely ethereal. And honestly, I probably would wear it in like 1 or 2 coats, but I am going to show it in 3 to show the buildability of the polish. And this one is pretty shifty, as you will also see in a second. I also want to mention how much I love the brush and handle that comes with the Cracked polish bottles. It has really good like size to the fan brush. As you can see, it's not super fanned out, so you have really good control, and the length of the brush stem is not too long. It's like the perfect length. So I'm just really impressed with really everything that Monique did with this brand. It's just really impressive, and I am curious to hear your thoughts on it because I am a fan. So here's this one in 3 coats plus top coat. It's really pretty. You're getting a bit of pink / magenta at more extreme angles. Definitely seeing that blue shift very easily. And I absolutely love this one. And last but not least, we have F Kale, which the name of this one makes me laugh because at least back in like 2016, everyone was all about kale. I think I saw someone wearing a t-shirt once that said kale is the new black. So I just think it's funny that Monique just said F Kale. I don't care for kale, but personally, I love kale, so I'm not offended by this. I think it's funny, and I really like this green. So it is described as a Kelly green cream, and this one is definitely on the crully side of the spectrum for creams. It also kind of dries down with this rubberized finish, so you definitely want a good glossy top coat to bring out the shine in this one, or of course you could wear it matte. And this one was pretty good in 2 coats, but I just felt like when it dried down, I could see a tiny bit of my nail underneath, so I went in with a 3rd. Again, self-leveling, fantastic formula for a cream, and it's a really interesting color. It's like not your average green. This is color accurate for my skin tone and for my eyes on camera. It's very, very interesting, and I really, really like it. So 3 coats plus top coat, you can see that the top coat really plumps it out. And here it kind of shifts a bit, like when you're getting it in bright lighting, it looks a little more minty. It looks darker in other situations. So again, I tried to capture it color accurately. Very interesting green, and I liked it a lot. My favorites from the initial launch are obviously Amethyst Dart Frog. It's just beautiful. You know I love sheer polishes. This one is very shifty, very angelic and sweet, and it's also purple with pink shift, so it's all of my favorite things in one polish. And apparently I like the animal ones. Hairy Squat Lobster was also a really pretty pink. I was kind of surprised by how much it flattered my skin tone, and the formula was fantastic. So those are my top picks. I'd love to know what you think of the new brand in the comments. Let me know if you're planning on picking anything up or if you want to support Monique. Definitely check out their website and give them a follow on social media. I guess that's it for me. I hope you have a great day wherever you are, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!